about the last time when Mrs. Jackson read to you guys?
Yeah.
No?
No.
Yes. We talked about Native Americans, right? And can anybody remember where they live?
I know. In America.
Mason. In America, yes, that is true. But where in America? Can anybody remember?
I know.
North. And I brought you guys a map. Can you guys see? Here is where we are in Colorado. And all the way over here is where they were. Christian? That's a far away, isn't it? It's kind of far away. So it's Northeast America is where they call it. So I will read to you guys. And does anybody know what this is?
I know. It's a canoe.
It is a canoe. And while I'm reading, I think we're going. This is what a canoe was part of. It was made. What it's made of. This is tree bark. And what else was a canoe made of?
I know.
What was it?
Wood.
Wood. So I'm going to go ahead. Mrs. Jackson was so kind, and she brought that to us so we can touch it and actually feel what it feels like.
And you can take it out of the bag.
And I want everybody to go ahead. While I'm reading, everybody gets a turn and gets to look at it. Okay? So we're starting here with Christian, and then we're going to pass it through the group. And then we can put it back into the bag. Okay? So you guys already know that this is called a canoe. So here we go. Somebody built this one day? Alright guys, here we go. Laughing Brook was Throw Straight's 10-year-old sister, bent down on her knees at the river edge. She stared into the dark water, then she put her hand in. The ice on the river had melted a week before, but it was still cold. She walked a few steps further and looked into the river again. The river sparkled. Laughing Brook looked hard into the water. I found it, she cried with delight. Her brother came running. Look, Thundercloud, she said. Here's our canoe. So this is what it looked like. But where do you guys think it is? Well, she had to look for it so hard. Where do you guys think it is? Well, let's keep reading and then we'll see where it is, okay? The birch bark canoe filled with water and rocks lay underwater in the river.
You're being rude.
Months ago, back in the fall, the family had put heavy rocks into the canoe and had made it sink to the bottom of the river. Why did they want to sink their canoe?
Because they like
Because they want to, yeah. To keep it wet through the winter. The canoe was made of wood and bark. It had to stay wet. If it dried out, it would crack and get holes in it. Laughing Brook shivered just thinking of pulling the canoe out of the ice-cold water. Before she knew it, her brother put down the bark wooden paddles he was carrying, took off his clothing, and jumped in. Thundercloud bent down in the chest-deep water, lifting rocks out of the canoe. He had to put his head in the water to reach them, taking a big gulp of air every time he went back down. Finally, he got all the rocks out of the canoe, and it began to float. Laughing Brook helped her brother dry off, wiping his back with big leaves and grass. Come on, he said. Father asked us to meet him at the place of the maples. He and Uncle are taking sap from the tree so we can make maple syrup. They got into the canoe and started to paddle. So what did we say was the canoe was made of? What did the story tell us? Bark and wood. And why did they have to put it underwater?
Because if we capture it out, it wouldn't float.
Well, there would be holes on it. And then if there are holes in the canoe, what happens? It would sink. That's right. So now, I'm going to switch to page number 4. Ah, that's page number 2. Apparently Miss T can't count anymore. All right, look at that. See, so now we're at the story where they're in the canoe, right, brother and sister? Okay. Spearfishing. What is he doing? That is what he's doing, right? Thundercloud and Laughing Brook rode along the edge of the river in their canoe. They watched dozens of silvery fish swimming just under the clear water surface. Look, cried Laughing Brook. There's Throw Straight. His name is Throw Straight. She pointed to their younger brother standing on the bank at the edge of the river. Last spring, Throw straight had learned to use the wooden fishing spear. This is what we're looking at right here. Were you able to touch it? Really tiny. That's what they used to put on their clothing, right? So, make sure we're getting clothing out of it.
Where's my pencil?
Here's just to remind you guys. The second one, let's see, what was the second one? The second one is when the little brother caught the salmon, right? What did he do with the salmon? He speared it, right? He had one of these that he used to fish, right? You draw the porcupine? Okay. Oh, that's yes, we can. This is in the second part of the story. It's when we were talking about spearing the salmon, remember? The little brother was fishing. So maybe we could draw a young man. It was in the lake fishing for fish. What do you think? Would that be something you can do? You can do however you feel like. You can do an artist. You can draw your print, you can do it however you want. This is kind of what it looked like.
Let me close.
I know how I make. You do the best that you can. We're all artists.
This is what I did for my canoe.
Is that your canoe coming out of the water from underneath? Awesome. And these are your spears? Maybe you can draw a fish underneath so we know that he's fishing. That would be awesome. Is that your canoe coming out of the water? You did very well. Bless you. Remember she caught the porcupine? She was tiptoeing. And she had a blanket. And then she threw it over the porcupine. You can make a necklace too because that's what we use the pearls for. Yes, we can.
My writing I don't care that you would have been okay. They haven't done it. I don't, it's not a big deal to me.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Is that somebody in the canoe on the water? Is that what that is? Okay. So can you go ahead and tell me a boy, maybe in the river, that's fishing a fish?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when I call your table and you to get your snack, you're going to keep working while you're eating your snack. Okay?
Yes, we do.
Right? I made the canoe in the water.
Okay. If that is how your canoe looks, then that is awesome. Yes, sir.
I draw
Okay, are those the animals that they hunt? Is that the animal? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and a moose?
And
Salmon?
actually, it's a catfish
Okay.
and an alligator.
Okay. Can you go ahead and color those in for me?
I forgot the name.
Okay.
Velcro.
Is that a necklace? That almost looks like you took that from this, right? Look, see how they have all these jewels like on their clothing?
I'll look at it later.
The last one was the porcupine, remember? What did she do with the porcupine? What did she collect? It's quills, Christian said it. And what did they use the quills for?
Bracelet,
Yes.
necklace.
Oh, yeah.
Can I go get my snacks?
Green table, go get your snacks.
Oh.
That's okay. It's okay. Tuesday afternoons are really hard. Because they're
And I'm just very grateful.